everyone.
Miss Cassandra.
Okay,
my name is not Miss Cass.
Okay, good morning to Miss Cassandra and my friends. Today we're going to talk about our future city, the Sugarbangers city, which comes from our friend Sugarbangers.
Also, that's where that came from.
Yeah,
Okay.
his nickname is Sugarbang.
Really?
Yeah. So.
I'll never get that out of my head now.
Alright, first we're talking about security. Alright, first off we're gonna use mechanized robots as patrols. It will be placed around the city, especially in major parts of the city, like the government areas and such. It is to provide better protection for the people. And then it helps in reducing crime rates. And the reason why we choose to use robots over manpower. Alright, what I mean by this is we're not completely taking out human manpower in security. It is to be used alongside human manpower to be balanced out. The reason why we choose robots is because it's more efficient than manpower due to robots not having any stamina, like unlimited stamina, so it will last longer. And then you will not be tempted by bribes like the average human cops, and then you will not be corrupted. Alright, next up we have a picture. Where is the picture? Alright, there we go. Alright, and as for the human policemen, they will be provided with better gear, like this guy right here.
Does that have boobs?
What?
It looks like it has boobs.
No. It's supposed to be thicker.
Oh, okay.
Like armor.
Okay.
Alright? Yeah, as you
It
can
looks
see.
like it has... Relax.
If you want to think that week, it's fine.
Sorry lah.
Alright. Yeah, as you can see by this guy, he has the helmet, body armor, shoulder pads, shin pads, guns, upgraded guns, like that. Alright. And then it's because like in the future, of course crime is gonna get worse. So we also have to upgrade the human policemen. And then, and like I said earlier, is to avoid the human policemen to lose their credibility, their purpose in the security department, and to avoid robots from completely taking over the security department. And then upgraded surveillance cameras. Okay, the basic upgrade is to increase the scope of sight to cover more areas in the city. And then it will release instant crime signals to the authorities. And how we do this is by, whenever the camera, they caught someone doing a crime, they will release a drone that will immediately send a signal to the police station, the nearest police stations, and then the cops will go to the suspect, and it will be updated by the drone or the whereabouts, so they will always know where to go should the suspect ever run away. Alright? Okay. Sorry, there's a bit more on security here. Right. Then we're gonna have force fields around the city. Like it covers up the whole area. And then how we do this is like there's 4 force field generators at the 4 corners of the city, which is heavily guarded by police, robots, and such. So it will not be sabotaged by anyone, the hackers or. Alright, and then like for residential areas, they will in all the entrances of the households there will be like the identity scanners, which will prevent any unauthorized people to enter, and should they ever enter inside the household, the anti-intruder protocol system will activate, which will have lasers which go pew 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 to the guy until he goes out of the house. And that's pretty much it about security. Now we move on to tourism. Right, tourism is travel for leisure, relaxations, or religious purposes. And then how we do this is by maintaining the cleanliness, obviously, so to give a good impression to the tourists, so they won't think like, so they will want to go here again sometime. And then tourist attractions to be built, such as theme parks, recreational parks, that come for the tourists that come to the future city, so they can have a variety of activities to do. Alright, then the city itself will be placed nearby the beach for family-oriented activities. But how do we go to the beach when it's surrounded by force fields, right? Yeah, so yes. Okay, they will have a beach pass to go to the beach. It's pretty weird. Alright, then we move. I pass the time to Subang with green buildings.
Hi, good morning. Now I want to think about green building. The green building is time to let you guys to improve our environment and think about our next generation. What is green building? The definition of green building is an environmentally sustainable building and design which can minimize the total environment impact. Okay. What is the strategy to achieve green building? Reduce energy consumption, like we can use our sunlight wisely, water conservation, and recycle waste, which is 3R, reduce, reuse, and recycle. And the green building is like this one. Today we are using natural gas, oil, which are renewable resources. And in our future, we are using wind turbines and solar panel, which we can build both of these on our rooftop so that we can absorb a lot of sunlight and like a lot of wind. And we can build our tree, build our house beside the tree, so that the sunlight will indirect go to our house and decrease the heat temperature. The pictures show us three buildings, which is black roof, metal roof, and white roof. So that you can see the black roof and the comparison with black roof and white roof. Black roof has a good crossover it, and the white roof is the bad. Black roof good crossover and white is the bad crossover of it. So that we can use the light color of roof as the real world to be our house. And the last, rainwater harvesting system. The rainwater harvesting system can help us to collect a lot of water. And this is the picture of us DIY rainwater harvesting system. Finally, for my part, the green building, the advantage of green building, which can have natural daylight, save a lot of money, and improve our indoor air quality. I will pass my time to Eli.
Okay, I'm going to talk about transport. First, I'm going to introduce you the hover bike. This is an example of hover bike. So, future cities, because of pollution, lots of people with diseases and illness. So, future citizens are encouraged to use bike instead of cars, motorbikes, and others, because it will cause no air pollution to the city. And with no air pollution, the citizens will live healthily, and the people with lung cancer will surely decrease. And due to the slow speed of normal bike, this hover bike is modified to increase its velocity. This bike is able to hover using rotor blade technology, and its speed will increase because it is able to hover and it has no friction against the ground. And for poor people's alternative, they can have the hover skateboard. Hover skateboard is cheaper in terms of price, but not in quality. And for people who are going to travel somewhere further, they have another option, which is the flying bullet train. it is designed to be streamlined shape, and it has high power engine to increase its speed. And one thing you don't have to worry about is it will not hit any buildings because it is built in with accurate GPS system. And with high safety, example when the train malfunctions, it will not just fall to the ground, but instead it will just stop in the air and wait for help. And next I'm going to talk about disaster relief. For future cities, we are going to prepare a huge underground refugee which managed to feed thousands of people. And thousands of houses are connected to the refugee so that they can escape as fast as possible when disaster happens. And this refugee is also built with the strongest material on earth so that it can withstand any disaster. And this refugee is also prepared with plenty of long-lasting food so that to prevent humans from starving. And the last one, we're going to prepare rescue robots. And its purpose is to rescue people. And it performs well in any situation, such as when earthquake happens, it manages to walk across the road full of debris. And how they help is they're going to detect victims using radar and get them to somewhere safe. I'm going to pass the time to Sarah.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Sarah. I'm going to brief about energy management. So, what is energy management? Energy management is about how do we handle energy efficiently. Like example, like solar energy and water energy, we can be used to cut costs and in the meantime to saving Gaia. And as an example, as you can see from the slide, this is an example of a Germany low energy house. This house energy is supplied by solar panels and cross flow heat exchangers. So there is no extra electrical energy is provided and no extra fee is consumed. As our city decided to build a green and modern city, so I like to take the Singapore Garden by the Bay as our role model. This is the super tree roofs of inside the garden, and this is the garden's picture.
By the way, it should be as our inspiration, not as our role model. We say for role model, we refer to a person. Okay?
And this is the process of energy management of Garden by the Bay. The water flow from the hill can be gathered at here, and the water can be used for irrigation and for after filter and be stored in the reservoir. And for the bio waste from garden can be disintegrated into fertilizer or can generate electricity for the site of the whole garden. And the heat produced from the bio waste can be expelled from the super tree growth, and so the heat will go out and the atmosphere down the Broadway will be more colder. So we don't need to install any fans or air conditioner and use any extra electricity to run the garden. I pass the time to Marshall.
Hello, good morning. This is Cassie. I'm going to talk about the water management system and the wastage management system. So first, let's go for the water management system. As a lot of water is formed, lost from underground leaks, so we need some installation. We're going to apply some installation for our leakage detection system. And we also need reliable water for finding the method for refinery of the crude oil system. So this is how it's going to work. Then we also going to go for the water processing plant for daily use. Here are some examples of how this process is going to work, as you can see. So this is now, I'm going to talk about the waste management system. Using smart wireless sensors to gather field level data from waste containers. Converting used plastic bottles to make new bottles, make waste inlets where the users can deposit their refuse bags. Each waste collection point incorporates as many waste inlets as there are type of refuse. Solar trash compactors equipped with a wireless monitoring system to reduce operating costs and fulfill a live green commitment. There are some examples of this router, how it works. Wasted bottles, which is also, we can place these things in the street side, so how it works, and you can like recycle over and over later. Now I'm also going to talk about the hospitality system. As we know, like tourists need a better hospitality when they come over to a place, a futuristic place. So our motive in the cities, our motive is to serve the best thing, so that in every day thing that we got the best hospitality there, and we can go over and over there. And to improve this section, we can create more faculties for hospitality management in colleges and universities, and offer more people with this field as a job. I'm gonna get done here. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Just some notes on my part. Now, the slides wise are okay, except for slides 19 and 20. Now, what's the problem here is that you've got your wordings, that's all well and good, but you put the pictures above the words. So the way it looks like now, it's blocking it. Okay, so I can't really see it after that. So what I would have preferred instead was that the pictures come after the words. That means you had another slide and then you put the pictures, okay? Because right now, with the words and all that was fine. But then suddenly these pictures were blocking, so I couldn't see, so I had to refer to that. Alright, so you need to be careful. The same thing also for the other slide. Waste management. This was the same problem here. Okay, so this needs, I think you should have checked this out a bit earlier. Okay, or at least if you know that it's already blocking, then put it on another slide lah, common sense. Okay, now pictures, otherwise everything all no problem. I also liked the part about how you had the rescue robots, okay, designed to rescue people. Now that was quite that's really quite interesting there. Okay, now okay, let's start off with Sarah. Sarah, your tone of voice is quite clear so far. Perhaps a little bit soft, but for my liking, but I think I can hear you quite clearly. It's not so much of an issue. Good eye contact there as well. Kwayum, your tone of voice is quite spontaneous. Okay, you're more lively. You can explain things well. You don't rely on your notes. Okay, so it's very much on the go, which is what I really like. Mushroom, you have a clear tone of voice, but you are lacking in eye contact a lot, so you need to be very careful. All right. My sugar bang. Okay. So, alright, some slight hesitations when you were speaking, and you were a little bit monotonous as well. You need to speak with a little bit more rhythm and fluency as well. Okay? Don't just say, okay, now I'm going to talk about sounds very boring, right? Even when I'm saying it, it's boring. So be very careful. Try to inject some spontaneity into yourself. Don't be too nervous. Don't be too worried here. Sheng, I think you're okay. Your tone of voice is okay, but a little bit monotonous as well. All right, and you need to work on it. Okay, and yeah, just practice where your tone of voice is concerned. I can hear you clearly. We all can hear you clearly, and you're not speaking too fast or too slow, which is okay. The rate-wise, everything is fine, but just that you need to be a little bit more spontaneous and just kind of let loose a little bit. Yeah. All right. Okay. Thank you. Alright, now Michelle, your group.